I love this mall. It's usually not too crowded during the day too. I just picked this up. Every time I buy new plastic shit, I always think of my boy there over at a Call for an Uprising. I feel like I always drag him. He's just he just always pops into my head because of how he's always talking about, well, not always. I've heard him mention it once, so I guess that's always. He made a point of talking about like people that collect, you know, stuff like this. You should stop doing that and put that money into beans or something. He's right. He's not wrong. I mean, in the long run, I think beans would be a better choice. But I would say that in the event of some insane kind of zombie sort of 5G attack, I don't think extra beans are going to help, you know. But whatever. I want to take a walk down the beach. I'm probably going to later. I was on my way there when I just popped in here, and I don't want to walk around the beach with this. I may have to defend it with my life. Not really. No one. Actually, people will, if they see you with anything, some people will try to get it from you. I've experienced that walking around with big boxes of stuff. You know, like a big Hot Wheels sets or bat caves or whatever. In certain areas, like when I go shopping down in Chinatown, it's kind of like that too. Because people see merchandise in your hands, and to them, they're just like, all right, how many rocks can I get for that? That's pretty cool. The light thing. It always looks nice in here. There's a fountain falling there. You can see that if you can pick it up. Over here is going Target, which is awesome because I love Target. I know it's a normie robot place, but I do have a little bit of normie robot in me, unfortunately. I mean, I grew up in that atmosphere. I love when when just simple words, I can't fucking conjure for some reason. Conjure, words, spelling, spells, it's all magic. It's all magic. Magic like you're unaware of. Like you go throughout your day and you're casting spells just by the stuff you're saying. Language has been designed and given to us in a way that does not benefit us and sometimes is against our own best interest. You know, using the words we're using in the order we use them, they create environments. It's spellcraft, you know. It's fucking weird, but I try not to be too like cognizant of that because I'd be afraid to be speaking most of the day, and I can't do that. You know, I can't live like that. That's how a lot of times behavior and language is controlled by not knowing what the when you're crossing the line, like making the line is so blurry that you're not sure when you're crossing it. Like every time I've had problems with YouTube or Instagram, other social media sites, it isn't with something that I knew there was going to be a problem. Like, oh, I'm gonna put this up and we'll see what happens with it. It's never that. It's always something that I totally had no idea would be a problem, becomes a problem. And sometimes if you're targeted, you can be on places like Instagram, certainly, and Facebook, they can do the old deliverance thing where they get out of the car, they smash your taillight with that fucking flashlight and then tell you that your light's out, arrest you for driving like that. You know, I mean, ultimately, when they want you gone, they get rid of you. I've yet again had to move my Instagram again. Same thing. Start a new one. Get a lot of Get a lot of people liking things. I log in and I look, and you know, my hearts are always full at 100. I got posts in the thousands, and then it goes from thousands to the hundreds, and then to the single digits. And you're like, oh well, something happened here. I was throttled for some reason. It seems to get to that point quicker all the time. Like this latest one that has now been shadow banned. And the way you know you're shadow banned, right, is if you have another account, log into the other account, and then search yourself or the account in question. And if it doesn't come up, you're shadow banned. It's a simple way to do it. And so my new one is again shadow banned. And I don't know exactly why. I think, well, it was an accumulation of what they call misinformation, okay? Now, I would never purposely post something that I think would get flagged for misinformation. All the misinformation stuff, I had no idea it was misinformation. For instance, like I posted a picture of electric car charging stations, and it shows the station, the electric car charging area, and there's a diesel fuel engine set up there charging the charging station. You know, the implication, well, being obvious. Now, that was just a picture online. There's tons of pictures of this, and there's descriptions of what's going on. It shows like this is a diesel engine charging the electric charger areas. I'm going to try to put it up here. I can get away with a lot more here as far as images than I can on a place like Instagram or any of Zuck the Cuck, any of his platforms. Yeah, this thing. Now, I don't think I was peddling misinformation. At least I didn't know that could be called misinformation, but it was called misinformation. I got the red little strike there. So after like 5 or 6 of those, they must make some sort of tally that you don't see. You know, they add this up in some, you know, way that is invisible to you, so you don't know. And then they just downgrade your account. The other misinformation hits I got were similar, where one was posting a picture of a beach where these scumbag farmers were having a press conference about climate change. And then it had the date of when they were there, and then they had a photo from previous years where they show the same beach where the people were standing, right? And the water level's at the same level. You know, the implication being that there's no Jesus fucking Christ, Obama. The implication being that there has been no change. And you can look at the pictures and it's, you know, it's right there. But because they don't like that, they called it misinformation. How the fuck would I know that? You know, so they're abusing their rules, of course, and that's how censorship really works. Censorship isn't so much about seeing what you're saying and then blocking that what you said from being seen. It's creating this atmosphere that you're worried about posting things or saying things because you're afraid that that's going to be censored and you're going to get some kind of hit. And that's how I run my my newer Instagram accounts, with increasing scrutiny on my end. But it doesn't matter how much scrutiny I put into it. If there's something that goes against it's very simple. Anti-beast, they got a problem with. They got a problem with the anti-beast. Unfortunately, every single thing I think about, talk about, and do is anti-beast. So, the point is that they don't want me in those spaces, obviously. And that's fine. I would be worried if I was welcomed in spaces like that, you know? If I was just posting, like, you know, pictures of Hawaii. I can't really even show my channel because a lot of the, you know, if I put a thumbnail up there, they would object to some of the things I'm talking about that's in the thumbnail. And that could be called, and in fact, they did hit me with the misinformation for when I posted one of my thumbnails, because often when I finish a video, not all the time, but a lot of times, I'll put the thumbnail up there with the link to it. But some of those thumbnails, they're not happy with. And because of it, you know, I get the little red warning thing. And they probably have some kind of number. This is all obfuscated. You have no idea. There's no transparency at all how any of this is done. There's not 3 strikes. There's not. They don't tell you. What I've been doing this time around for this account is every time I get a red warning thing, I don't leave it up. I delete the image immediately. But that hasn't seemed to help because I got Shadowbanned again. I don't know. You just can't. There's not much you can do in those spaces, really. I found that there's probably the most freedom to post things like that is on Twitter, but I don't like Twitter. It's just that I never really got into how that works. Like, it was never very intuitive to me in a user sense. And I've had some kind of account there for, you know, I don't know, 10 years, longer than that. You know, all different accounts, like band accounts, things when I was involved in music, a lot of stuff like that. But I never liked it. I don't like the way it works, and people are a lot quicker to argue with you about something there. It's a certain kind of type kind of gravitates toward Twitter, and they're always looking to challenge you on everything just because they can. They're unhappy in their own life, they're miserable, so that they just want to mess with people. That's just how it is. I mean, that's to some extent that's how it is on all social media, but for Twitter it seems like worse in that way. So I never really got into it, but I still have one. Like, I occasionally will put stuff on it. I used to have a thing where it was connected to my Instagram, where if I post on Instagram, it would be posted on there too. I don't think I have that anymore, but whatever. So yeah, as far as any of those kind of sites, I haven't used Facebook in years. You know, I don't even have an account there. Oh, I do have an account there. It's just not. It's turned off. It's disabled. Speaking of disabled, I gotta figure out how to put this out. The thing is with these fucking American spirits, man, it takes forever to get them going, right? See, I don't want to waste that. It takes forever to get them going. But once you get them going, if you gotta put that shit out, good luck. You gotta call a fucking party. Oh, 5-minute rule. I have the 5-minute rule. Pick that up. I will smoke that someday in about a half hour. But yeah, so again, my Instagram shit is fucked up. It's fine. It's fine. The thing is, like, I'm just preaching to the choir anyway. They put you in these internet ghettos where, but then a lot of people don't realize that when they're posting to a place like Twitter or like Instagram, they think they're reaching X amount of people. They're not. Everybody's placed in little echo chambers. It's been like that for a while. So you're not really reaching anybody. And as far as reaching anybody, like the point, you know, I guess the point at one time was like trying to expose the beast to people. Like, this is, you know, wait till they see this. That doesn't work. No one cares. Everyone that's kind of come over onto this side of the bail, I think we've gotten everybody we're going to get. There's not going to be a lot of new converts, and I wouldn't suggest anyone trying to persuade anyone to come over or to see the truth. Or it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If anything, it just gets you in trouble. You know, that time has passed, and to say, and actually, we don't need anymore. We have enough. There's enough of us. You know, we don't need any new people. You know. Yeah, like that was like 5 years ago. You could do stuff like that. Anyone that's not convinced that there's something wrong at the Circle K, you know, They're not coming over. I stopped myself, but I almost said, it is what it is. I fucking hate it. I hate that. But I just did it, so there you go. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.